Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslims and peace be unto all the non-Muslims. This is a reply to Triumph of Reason's reply to my video. Atheists can't prove there's an objective right or wrong. And so let's go through your video and see what we agree with and what we disagree with.
And you say that one atheist could say that rape was okay, and the other atheist couldn't dispute that because the atheist has no holy writ or no word of God to refer to as absolute truth. First offhand, I'd like to know how the Japanese people came to the conclusion that rape was wrong without the benefit of the Quran or the Bible, for that matter. The thought that rape is wrong is not the result of religion. It's the result of rational human thought. I don't need an ancient text to tell me that rape is wrong. Why do you?
I wish you would watch my video properly, because nowhere in my video did I say you need a holy book to believe that rape is wrong. What I'm trying to make clear to you atheists, and I do it in most of my videos again and again and again, yeah? I'm going to try and make it as clear as possible, is this. You atheists don't believe that there is a creator. So you believe this big beautiful world was just one big accident, and that you find yourself here, and that every individual chooses, yeah, what their purpose in life is, and what is right and what is wrong. So therefore, if there's an atheist, yeah, okay, let's give you a good example. There's an atheist that's good. He believes that you shouldn't rape, you shouldn't rob, you shouldn't steal, yeah. Then he's entitled to do that. But if there's another atheist who believes the purpose of life is to rob, steal, rape, be violent to people, get things by any means necessary, you can't say he's wrong. Because if you as atheists believe that there's no creator and that no one created you and no one can, with infinite wisdom, says this is right or this is wrong, it just comes down to my intellect against your intellect. So therefore, as an atheist, you have to agree that everyone has the right and the freedom, yeah, to believe whatever they want to believe is right, and whatever they want to believe is wrong is wrong. That's it. So if someone chooses to be a robber, mugger, and a killer, and this, that, and the other, you can think for yourself that it's wrong, but you can't think for him that it's wrong, because who are you to play God over him? Are you going to say now we have to come to you to triumph of reason, to ask you, can I believe this is right or this is wrong? You know? And that's what I'm trying to say. When it comes to things like homosexuality and incest, yeah, what, I have to come to you and decide what's right and ask you what's right and wrong? And that's why I would say to you, Triumph of Reason, as I said in all my videos, and I wonder why I've said this in every atheist video I've made, why no atheist has answered this question, not one, and I've been asking again and again and again, why is it wrong? Yeah, why is incest wrong for a man, to sleep with their child? According to you, I know it's wrong as a Muslim because Allah says so, but I'm asking you, yeah, and He's Al Hakim, the Most Wise, but I'm asking you, why is it wrong, yeah, for a man, yeah, to sleep with his child, if that child gets to the age of consent and he didn't molest her, he didn't play any games with her, or him, he didn't do anything, but the child just gets to the age, and in fact the child approaches him and wants to have a sexual relationship, what's wrong with it? As an atheist, what is wrong with it? You can't say nothing's wrong with it. You might think in your heart that it's sick, but you can't say nothing's wrong with it. Why? Because they're just another human being who's chosen to live the life they want to. And they're not harming anybody, yeah? And they're consenting adults. So why is it wrong? What I'm basically saying, the difference between me and you, yeah? The difference between me and you, Triumph of Reason, is that you believe in subjective morality. You believe that you're here on this earth and you can choose what's right and what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong, and that everyone has the right to choose their purpose in life and this, that, and ever. And I, even though I live in a non-Muslim country and everything else, yeah, even though people have the freedom to choose they want to live this way or that way, I can believe it's wrong. Because God, who's the most wise, who created this universe, says this is right and this is wrong. Now you can just say to myself, I think this is wrong. That's all you can say. All you can say is to myself, yeah, I believe that this is wrong. But you can't say to another atheist who believes rape is right, you can't say it's wrong to him, yeah? You can't even think that he's wrong for choosing that, because who are you to tell him and play God to him and tell him what he should take as wrong as right, if everyone's free to choose their own way and their own life and their own lifestyles? So I never said you need a book, yeah, that tell you that rape is wrong. But I'm saying if you don't believe in a supreme creator, infinite creator that created this thing, this world, and knows best, and he says it's wrong, then it just becomes your argument, against another person's. Like I said to you, triumph of reason. If a person decides that, you know, I'm born, I ain't got no money, I live in a poor area, I can't be bothered to work, I'm gonna rob off rich people because you only live once and I don't want to live a life like a pauper. How are you gonna tell him it's wrong? At the end of the day, you believe everyone's entitled to believe whatever they want to believe, because we're here on this earth and we decide what we want to believe. So you can't even believe he's wrong, but I can believe he's wrong, because the one who created this earth said it's wrong to steal, said it's wrong to rob, said it's wrong to abuse people. So that's what I'm basically trying to say. So please watch my videos a bit more carefully before you make statements that are not supported about me. Please, thank you. Let's carry on.
Why do you need words in the Quran to stop you from raping? Are you saying that if it wasn't for what's written in the Quran, that you would be a rapist? Is auto theft written in the Quran, for example? I'm sure theft probably is. Maybe that would fall under the same umbrella. How about insurance fraud? Is that in the Quran?
I already answered that question. You don't need a book or you know just the revelation of God, to know everything. But I know that there's certain things that you need a revelation for, because, like I said, you're stuck at the moment. You're stuck because you believe in, as long as everyone's consenting adults and they're not harming anybody, they should be allowed to do what they want. And you've given obviously homosexuals their right, but now that criteria, that two consenting adults, as long as they're not harming anybody and above the age of consent, now you have to agree that uh, incest can go as well, because that you set up the barrier. And that's the difference between atheists. That's why when I talk to atheists, they make my faith in Islam stronger, because you set up criteria that sound so beautiful. As long as you're two consenting adults and you're not harming anybody, what's wrong? So when the homosexuals started talking like that, like, we want our rights, we want our rights, we want our rights, and you gave it to them, you was like, yeah, but you didn't know. But Allah knew that these people were gonna come and wanted to sleep with their own mothers and their own fathers and stuff like that. And now you're stuck because you don't want to give them their rights. Well, maybe you do. I hope not. But it's all subjective, ain't it? You know, maybe, and now I guarantee you, because now you're stuck because you've given them the rights, yeah, and you don't really mind too much about them. Yeah, you did at first, but now you're just like, well, the majority of people have done it, believe it's okay, so it's okay. You know, a few years ago, it's written in medical books that gay people, they suffered from mental diseases and so forth, and they needed to get cured. Now, if you think that there's something wrong with them, you got the medical disease, is homophobia. But anyway, so now the incest people come. Yeah, you want to say no to them, but you can't, because as long as they're two consenting adults and they're not harming anybody. So soon you're gonna see it in the Western world. You're gonna see it in Europe. You're gonna see it. People, mark my words. There's gonna be incest. Is gonna become normal and lose its shock value like homosexuality. But at the end of the day, you lot are stuck either way. If you take it away, then you can't deny the homosexual. You're gonna deny the homosexuals. If you give it, yeah, leave it there, then these people are gonna start getting their civil rights and their human rights and putting pressure and lobbying and stuff, and then you're gonna be in trouble. So I don't know how you're gonna get that hurdle, and I know you're not gonna get over that hurdle. It's just gonna become acceptable. Yeah, it's gonna become acceptable. And that's why, like, speaking to guys like you make my faith stronger in Islam. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I was someone who went from Christianity to secularism to Islam. So at the end of the day, as God says in the Quran, فَعَلَّمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ فَأَلَّمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Know that there's no God worthy of worship except God. So know this is not a game thing. It's not a emotional thing that I feel like Islam is good. It's based upon knowledge, you know. And people don't have to become Muslim, but at the end of the day, these are the things, the consequences you're going to suffer, thinking that the human intellect is going to save you, and you've got this big problem approaching right now. Let's go through more of your video.
Ron, where do you draw that line there? Where do you draw that distinction? That's what I'd like to know. But as far as anyone using their atheism to justify rape, what you have is not a rational, clear thinking atheist. What you have